Hey, Regan, this is Trevor Gross from CUTigers.com. You had a nice night on Saturday night with the sack, and then you also almost had a forced fumble. As a guy who started football late, was that just like the perfect culmination of all your hard work and development?
I think it's a good start. I think I've been grinding for a long time, and it was a good start for a first game. I'm nowhere where I want to be just yet, and continue to put in the work, and we'll see what we do next week.
Again, this is Matt Connolly with the State newspaper. Can you tell us just some about your journey to playing football and what it was like kind of getting to this point where you're able to contribute?
My journey has been a wild one. As y'all know, I started late. I also I've been here grinding for a long time. This is my 5th year, and I think more than anything, it's important to keep. It's hard to keep that same mind state that you had when you first get here, because you have all the excitement, but to continue to put in work year in and year out, and not necessarily get the results right away. I think it builds a toughness, and it builds a will. And I know what my mind state's like. And more than importantly, in this whole journey, I've found out who I am, and I'll continue to keep coming even if I'm not getting what I necessarily want, and hold on to my vision that I had in the beginning. So this journey it doesn't feel like a surprise. It feels like a part of the journey. Everything I'm doing now is I definitely envisioned, and I'm just keep working, man. I've got a lot of big goals I want to accomplish this year, and it's a good start. It's a good start.
Regan, I know you played a lot on special teams. I know I talked to someone the other day that said you're really one of the stronger players that are on this team. Do you feel that way? And how has your strength improved over the last couple of years?
Oh, I definitely am one of the stronger players on the team. If we talk about the weight room, there's a lot of big, strong guys too, but definitely on the upper end. And my strength has definitely gone up. Being in this program, being with Coach Batson, best strength coach there is, college, and I'm just thankful for all the support I've had, and in the facility I've had, to be honest with you, and all the nutrition, the castle we got here is unbeatable. So, and of course, like you said, I played a good role on special teams, and I think it's important to play your part, and that's all I'm doing now.
Hey, Regan, it's Josh from the Post and Courier. You mentioned what's happening now in your life was all part of your vision. Was it ever hard to keep that vision over the years?
Oh, it definitely was like it takes a lot of willpower to keep that vision alive because, for example, y'all, I was playing scout team last year. That's a senior in school playing scout team, and I still have that vision. I'm still, putting in that work, and I'm not necessarily getting what I want right away. So yeah, it definitely tests you to keep that vision going forward. But nonetheless, everyone has questions, but I never stop. I never stop working, And so now I've been given an opportunity where I'm thankful, so I can contribute in a higher ability, and I just want to keep working and get better,
Anybody with anything else for Regan?
Hey, Regan, it's David. What was the conversation like with your dad after the game? Obviously, he's played at a high level. What was that first phone call like after you went out there and showed out the way you did?
Oh, my man, my dad's a real hype dude. He's full of emotion. He's very happy for me. He knows the work I've been putting in, and my dad's always just supported me whatever I do. He really didn't care if it's football, whether it's if I was into doing whatever. It doesn't matter. He's a great dad, so he was hyped. A lot of energy, and just was telling me things I could work on as well. And we talked about it's on the beginning. I want to correct some things, but it was a good first game getting into it, and it's a long season. So, but yeah, my dad's one of the biggest in my corner. My whole family is.
If I'm not mistaken, you guys were on a trip and you just decided to drop in and check out the Clemson campus.
Well, yeah, my dad and my mom were dropping my sister off at a camp, like a girls' camp. I believe it was like in Brevard, North Carolina. So they stopped here they drove by. And my dad saw camp and basically was like, it was like, man, I've never seen football like coached like this, and the love and the passion in it. It was like, I think it was a high school or kids camp, and they were like, "Oh, Reagan, do you want to go?" So that's how they stumbled upon it. I'm just very happy that they did.
And now you're one of the ambassadors for the Paw Journey, and you're so fully invested in the program. I mean, when you first opened up that car door way back then, could you have ever foreseen national championship rings, ACC championship rings, Paw Journey, trip overseas, all the stuff you've been able to do, including riding elephants?
Including riding elephants. I'm gonna be honest with you, absolutely not. I had a very football oriented vision. I didn't know much about Paul Journey. I legit am so thankful for Paul Journey. Everything. That's probably one of my favorite things about Clemson is everything else, not just the football, is that it supports its athletes in business, in cultural experiences, and just to grow as a man. And I'm so thankful to be an ambassador of Paul Journey. And wow, football is amazing, but that's now as I've come to Clemson, I realize that's not even the best part about it. It's everything surrounding that. And that's what is so amazing to play for this program.
Regan, what was it like growing up in football and having your dad playing football? What are some memories you have from that?
So my dad is a funny character. It's funny. Football is not really talked about a lot in my household, like growing up. No one was like trying to make us play football. In fact, they weren't letting us play football. My parents for a very long time, and so I do remember going to the locker rooms, but like it's so funny. Like I didn't really go to games or anything like that. It's just like my dad would handle business and come back, and yeah. So football was like it wasn't huge in my house. I wouldn't say we're big, even though we all play sports. And my brother plays at Michigan. We weren't a big like sport football household when my dad got home.
Hey Regan, it's Trevor again. The NCAA has afforded y'all an extra year of eligibility. Have you thought about that much, given consideration to just having that in your back pocket in case you want to stick around and further your development as a player?
I think that's awesome. To be honest, I've been just focusing on the moment, man. I got so much to focus on right now and work on. I haven't really thought that far. I'm thankful for that opportunity, and we'll see where we're at when we get there at that time. I haven't put huge thought into it.
Hey Reagan, this is Grace Rayner from The Athletic. You mentioned that you got a late start. Just when did you start playing football? How late was it?
So I was going to start, I think like I was 15, 16, and then what ended up happening is we started, and then the homeschooling. My parents didn't really. I don't know if you guys know I was homeschooled. They didn't really know all the rulings and everything, such and such. So I didn't play anymore. I just went back to rugby, and which I've been playing, and I played hockey growing up too. So it was just another sport. So I was happy. I enjoyed it. But in back of my head, I did want to continue to play football. It's crazy that my parents just happened to drive by the camp, and that opportunity came up. And it's really like I don't even know how I got even noticed at that camp. I'll be honest with you. It's so funny. Like I just think it was destined, and I'm thankful that I got the opportunity, for sure.
When you do pick up the game so late in life, what is that transition like? What's that learning curve like?
I think there's definitely a big learning curve because you got to understand the speed of the game, especially at Clemson, is pretty fast. But physicality wise and movement, I think it's very similar to like the sports I play, like rugby. And at the end of the day, you're tackling, you're have to have good hustle, you have to have good change of direction, stuff like that. So I'd say I'm more on the mental side of the biggest transition.
Hey Reagan, this is Mark Whiteman from WIFF. You just mentioned your brother is at Michigan. I'm just curious what the conversations have been like between you two that you're getting to play right now, and it appears Big Ten is still in limbo, and now they're talking about maybe moving forward with the season. Just what have those conversations been like with you and him?
Oh, my brother wants to play bad. So like you said, there's been conversations, been rumors, maybe they play. I don't know. He's been, of course, hyped for me, but he wants to play as well. So I think it's kind of like a subject like no one really knows. But I would love to see my brother play.
Is it kind of puzzling to you that you guys have been able to get out there and the ACC's been able to start the season and the Big Ten said we just don't know if it's safe enough to play?
I don't know if it's puzzling. I understand both sides. I'm thankful that our league and our team is being able to play. But I mean, like you said, there's different organizations. Everybody's got their own prerogative.
Thanks.
Anything else
Hey,
for Reagan?
Reagan, the word out of Ann Arbor, I actually cover Michigan as my main job, but is that your brother had a really strong fall camp. I guess I'm curious what Michigan fans should know about his game and then kind of the behind-the-scenes training you guys had to prepare for this.
Oh, yeah, me and my brother, my brother's a dog. You guys going to find out. He's extremely talented, extremely twitchy, just growing into his body. I'd say he's more on the late developing end. He was a late developer, so now he's getting into his strength, and he's going to be a beast. I'm letting y'all know right now. He's got the mind state. He can flip a switch, and when it's his time to shine, he's going to. So, and my brother's work ethic has grown tremendously over the past few years, and especially this past. I know he was doing this thing at fall camp, and we had a great training session back in Florida before training period before we all went our separate ways.